And we're off. Here we go. So super excited to be here this afternoon. I've got the beautiful Rina from Nostalgem, who has a super cool business that she runs all online. And I want to talk a little bit with Rina about who she is and what she does today, what she's achieved in the last coming up 12 months.
You're right.
Yeah. And what she's learned kind of in that process. And the hope that for some of you out there, resonates. You see Rina and you think, oh, my business is like that. I can be where she's at. I can have the life she wants, that she currently has. So let's jump on it. I'm going to forget. So before we get started, Rina, tell us, who are you? What do you do? Give us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Rina, and I run an e-commerce website called Nostalgem.com. I make jewelry made from real New Zealand nature. My tagline is Handpicked Nature Jewellery Handmade in New Zealand. And most of the nature finds I use are native, New Zealand natives. So I serve people, mostly women, looking for that, that extra special, unique jewelry gift for their extra special, unique loved ones, basically. And so I'm here in the Bay of Islands in Kerikeri, very close to where you live in Paihia.
Yeah.
So that's it really. So it's basically e-commerce. I used to actually sell at the markets here, the local markets here. And then I actually moved towards doing wholesale and trade shows. And I'll tell you the story when lockdown happened, but you could actually ask me the rest of the other questions.
Awesome. And I think I want to connect like who you are as a person with your business, because what I love about working with Rina is that she is super passionate about being in the water and on the water, particularly when it comes to surf. So what I love about your business is it's truly you, right? Like the shells and the little bits that you basically beach comb is what becomes the jewelry. Like I love the story is so from your heart and who you are as a person.
Absolutely. And I'm really a city girl by heart. I'm from Manila, Philippines. We don't really surf and really go out of the water, whilst the Philippines is an island. We're more of a mall gal. So when my family moved here in the Bay of Islands, 2016, that's when we explored going out. You know how we have really lovely beaches here, going out on the beach and even do a lot of the bushwalks here. I find myself actually just picking and foraging, even the fallen leaves got a lovely shape. The seashells that have really unusual shapes and all this stuff. And I just thought, because I was running a jewelry business, but it was more of vintage pieces. But I thought if I actually include these finds as the centerpieces, as the gems of my jewelry, I think, I'll be really passionate about it. So that's how it happened.
Love it. So tell me, how did we end up working together? Tell everyone, like, what was the problem? What was going on for you at the time that you went, I think I need some extra help?
I heard about you, Sarah, when it was July 2020. Is that 2020? When was our first lockdown? When was the pandemic? Anyway.
It's all merging together now, Rina, all one.
Yeah, one of your clients, Brie, who's actually a friend of mine, was talking highly about your book that cost only $5 and how it really changed her life. And of course, during the lockdown, it really decimated my business because I wasn't really focusing on my e-commerce site. I was focusing on wholesale. So I would actually do trade shows. The trade show I did was a week before the lockdown. When the lockdown happened, all my orders, they were canceled. And so I really thought this was the end of my jewelry business. I was so desperate, Sarah, you didn't know this, that I thought maybe I would actually get into singing my ukulele and actually have my singing career instead. So I thought I'd actually start that, but that was just another rabbit hole I was going into until I heard Brie talk about that book of yours. And I bought it for $5. I read it, but I didn't really digest it because I think my mindset at that time was actually quite low. So I didn't do anything about it, but I did see you, pop up from time to time and just talk about alignment in the business. And that really drew me to it because a lot of coaches are really all about the numbers. I'm not really into that, but I'm not one of those who would actually retire in life and I don't know what to do because I got lots of stuff that I like doing. So one of them you mentioned is that surfing, and I love playing my uke. So I like doing those stuff. And I said, this could actually work. It was actually quite unique, but I had like a procrastinator that I am. I actually put it off, and I wish I didn't because, the only time is what we got, isn't it?
And so what was the impact? So you were kind of in this place where the business model you did have and had been working really well up until COVID, which, we have the same experience in our tourism business. Exactly. Oh God, where did it go? It's all gone like that. What was the impact that was having on you? You were saying you were like, mindset was not in a good place. Like what was going on for you at the time?
My loyal stockist said, Rina, we are actually closing down. I really felt sad for them. There were about 3 shops who closed down. Some were saying, Rina, I can't even pay you. Could I actually just blah, blah, blah. We did something. It was such a low time for both my clients and myself. And I said, I don't want to do online because I really hate social media. I hate social media. So I said, what am I going to do? Am I going to do it online? So I was not in the frame of mind of running my business really. So, but that book really kind of made me kind of think maybe there's potential in actually pivoting and having your strategy and having that alignment sort of thing. So,
Cool. So tell me, so we're not there now. So what have we done? Where are we at? What's going on now with the business? Because it's dramatically different than when we met 12 months ago.
Yes. So I actually, I would actually see you pop up in social media. And so I started actually trying to get back into e-commerce, and I joined your group, and you were actually talking about just alignment. It's not even, you don't even call it balance, right?
No.
Balance life. You're choosing. You actually talking about choosing your highest life priorities. And I said, "Wow, that actually sounds good." And I read about your story, how you were working 24/7, and the day that you had to actually pivot when your daughter said, when it was Christmas Day. That you don't spend time, you should not be working on Christmas Day, and she wouldn't go to sleep, and she's a very good sleeper. Wow, that is an eye-opener, isn't it? And sometimes you have to really go all the way down to get up.
So, and I was all the way down.
Wow. So I actually said, this lady, is she really walking the walk? And then it was that Friday, because I actually have my daughter who's actually now in uni. We would actually have our date nights in the cinema because she used to work there. So she was going there for free. And then I recognized you because we never met, right? We just saw each other online. I recognized you and your lovely daughter, your mini me. You were out there watching a movie. And I said, this lady is walking the walk. It's no BS, really. So the following day, I rang you. And the rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah, no, here we are. Cool. And so when we got together, where did we start? Like, what was the thing that you were like, what was the plan before we started? And then where did you end up?
Okay. I really didn't have a plan. In fact, I said, Sarah, what I want to go surfing. And I told you that I actually want to make blank a week. And it was actually quite mini-me, isn't it? And Sarah said, Rina, double that. Double that. I said, what? I can really do that, And you gave me the tools. You really gave me the tools. And what I could actually really remember is actually setting up that learning the power hour. Because for someone like me who is a creative and I'm not really well organized, spending that hour on Thursday to actually plan your week ahead was a game changer. And you did also teach me how to, we did our highlight priorities, and I did share you what they are. And it's not that you even follow. I mean, when you actually just say, you know, the power hour, your schedule, you just allow 3 hours maybe free, and you can actually adjust it. So you're not really, it's not a legalistic to-do list, but you can actually, you can, based on what's happening in your life with your highlight priorities, you can slot it anywhere within that week's time frame, which works so well for me because it's not almost like a black and white to-do list.
Yeah, you were really worried about the surf, right? Like we talked about this, and you were like, oh, but if I plan my week and then the surf's really good and I want to go surfing, I can't go surfing. I said, that's not how it works. And when the surf's good, go surfing. Like if that matters to you, it was really important, right? I was like, oh no, we're not keeping you from the surf. Yeah. So that was a game changer, was being able to go, hey, I actually have time. I have got time to go surfing, and I have got time to get the things done that will help my business get better.
Yeah.
What else? Did you work more hours when we started doing this?
Well, yeah, I was, because I'm a creator, I'm a maker. I love creating stuff. Yeah. And if I'm actually stressed out, I'm going to make more designs. But I'm not working on the business. Is that right? On the business. Sometimes I get a bit confused. I was always working in the business. Yeah. And I remember you did say you've got to outsource the $20 an hour work. And I said, oh, that means actually making, most of the jewelry, and you do the $100 an hour work, $1,000 an hour work. So it was hard for me to actually do that. But now I do have someone helping me out, because I still am doing a little bit, but not a lot. She is doing the jewelry. There's also someone who actually does the packing and fulfillment as well. So it makes me focus on actually doing the marketing and sales. So now I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying that part of the business.
Yeah, because you can bring your creative to whatever part of the business you want, right? It's just about, how do I look at this? How do I view this?
And I'm enjoying social media now.
I love it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it now. It's a really good tool, eh?
Not as self-conscious as before. So, that helps. It's all about my customer. Yeah.
Cool. And so I'm curious to get to double that number. So when we set this goal, and I went, I was pretty convinced that, having spoken to you for a little bit on the phone, I was pretty convinced we could do double that. Have we done it?
Yeah, we did it in 5 months' time.
Yeah, nice.
And I thought, and I thought that was going to be a year's time, because I said, how could I actually do this? My market is just little New Zealand, little New Zealand. But if you actually get more eyeballs out there, and as you said, Sarah, whatever works, and it's simple, whatever works. I hope I'm not giving too much of your secret sauce.
No, go for it. Go, give your secrets away. I love you giving my secrets away.
Do more of that. Gosh, I used to actually go through many rabbit holes. I used to, I'm the shiny object syndrome gal. One after another, I said, hey, look, I'm doing so well. I don't even do reels. And I'm so glad about it. I'm not yet doing reels, but I'm happy I'm not yet doing reels yet. But it's still.
It was figuring out what was working for you, right? Because everyone can tell us. And I think in this world, there's always a new thing you could do, like Facebook and Instagram, and everyone's always bringing out a new thing we can do to market. And as a business owner, that's not your whole job, right? Like you said, I still want to make things. Your main job is to create beautiful things that have got beautiful stories wrapped up at them for people to buy and give to people they love, right? Your job is not to make reels all day and spend your time doing that. And so figuring out where you are making your money, because I said to you, like really early on, I was like, so what actually works when you do, what is that one thing you do each week that people buy off? And you knew straight away what it was.
The bestsellers. Wow. That was a simple tactic. focus on your best sellers. But, as creatives, you go, I hate doing that again and again and again. That's why you got someone there to outsource and do it. So, that works so well. So you just talk about it, building a list, mailing list, that, and you told me to actually just email every week. For the longest time, I wasn't even emailing because I wasn't so sure. What am I going to say? Is it I'm going to be too much for them? But if they are your customer, once a week it's nothing to them. They will always look forward to hearing from you. So there, I am list building. I started off when I actually started you. I only had 300 in my mailing list. Now I have 3.6 as of yesterday.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
And so when you email out to people, do they buy?
Yes. Yeah. I try to actually limit, because I'm still testing. So my last email, gosh, I almost did from that email, just 1K from that Thursday morning feed, 1K, boom. Wow, that was glorious. And I was in Taranaki doing that sub competition.
You're making money. You're making money while you're surfing. It's like the perfect business, right?
Yeah. So it's so good. I can't ask for anything more, really. It's very humbling. It's very humbling, especially times like these when the cost of living is high. I guess you really came at the right time for me to actually make the most of what I have, and it's really humbling. And I guess anyone could actually do this if they actually have the mindset and really follow what you do, Sarah.
Yeah. I think what I love about working with you is that I talk a lot about not needing more, that actually you need to do less and you need less in your business. And I talk about that a lot. And you were the perfect example of this, where when I looked at your business, I was like, oh my God, you've got everything. I think you had this book on the call. On the first call we had, you had this book full of names and email addresses and phone numbers of people that you had met at that trade show that happened days before lockdown, who you'd never spoken to, never followed up with, never done anything. And we talked about, if we want those stockers back again, what would we do? And you literally started working through this book. You already had them. You didn't have to buy anything. You didn't have to advertise anything. You didn't have to ask for any, you didn't have to go and look anything up. You just had to open this book and start working through it. And magic started happening because you increased your stockers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I also email them. Not every week.
No.
Sometimes every 2 weeks or once a month.
Yeah.
But I'm actually even seeing more stockists coming in because they've seen Facebook ads and they see the engagement happening, which is really cool. So yeah, you know what? Sometimes I just like there is a trade show that's happening in May. I just said maybe because of what's happening, it may not happen. I just said I don't care, because I could go to them. They don't have to come to me to a trade show. I could go to them and I'll do the work. So even in times like these, if there's going to be another lockdown, God forbid, I'm still, I'll still be alive and kicking, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we don't want to wish that on anyone, right? If we can avoid those for the rest of our lives, we'll be really happy. At the same time, though, you've built a business that's really resilient and really sustainable to that. So tell me, so we've talked a little bit about you don't need more, so less is more in your business, that you're spending time on the right things and not all the things, because it's like I'm the same. Like, the more successful we get, the more opportunities that show up, the more things we can do inside our business. And that ability to focus down on those things that were really working for you was a game changer. What else have you learned? What if you could go back and see Rina 12 months ago, what would you say to her?
Mindset, the abundance and scarcity mindset, Sarah. I'm from the Philippines, and we have what we call a mentality called sari-sari store mentality. So sari-sari store is like a dairy where you just have, if just one cigarette, you can actually buy one cigarette. And I am like that. And I remember you telling me, forget about that scarcity mindset, you go abundance. And that's what I did change, really. Yeah. So even my husband's actually surprised. Oh, you don't have that sorry story mentality.
I love it. I love it. I love you having him a shop for it. That's so brilliant.
It's really long term. I'm not saying I'm actually a small business and I can't really afford to actually buy blank, blank, blank for my stock. Now, I know by looking at the numbers, I can sell that in 2 months. So come on, bring it, bring it on, bring on the chains, bring on all the components. And it makes a difference because we could start making them in advance and then focus on the marketing, sales and marketing.
Yeah. Or making something new and pretty because you found something new out beachcombing or whatever, because you've got the space for that now.
Absolutely. And I did, shall I say that my husband's on board now?
Nice.
Yeah. He's taking care of the finance. He's looking at numbers and he's actually quite impressed. And he's saying, maybe I have to do the cooking for you this time. No, it's just a joke.
I love it. I think you should totally, you know my rules around that. You know who does the cooking in our house, so you know my rules on that one.
I haven't hired yet a cleaner, but that's me. But look, like this week, Sarah, my husband and I, we went out surfing. That's considered our date night because he doesn't do date nights, but that's our date night, and it was glorious. Had one of the best surfing. The first Monday, I think. And that's great. That's really great.
Yeah, you have a business that works around what you want for you and the people that you love most, whether that be your husband or your children, or instead of the other way around, where you're like, I'm grinding in my business all day and the hope that I might get that someday later. You've literally got that alignment going on between the two things.
They do say Jan, Feb, and March are the slowest months. Well, last month, Feb, I had an all-time high. It actually reached five figures for a small business. And when I actually hit that, my abundant mindset started shifting. If I could increase that to actually, and you did say double by the end of the, so it could be in 5 months, right, Sarah?
Yeah, totally. You're all about doubling in 5 months now. That's what we're up to.
Hit the glass ceiling, sky's the limit, really. So we kind of say, you know what, it would be great to actually travel. We'll just see how it goes with current affairs. Yeah. And now maybe just go around New Zealand. And we have someone who actually does the orders anyway. We'll be digital nomads. I know you had that plan as well, isn't it, in South America?
Yeah, we'll be off to do that. Yeah. So you've literally got a physical business that makes a physical product, and you could go and be anywhere in the world and the business would still run. Yeah.
And the target, I mean, we're just dealing with New Zealand. We are slowly getting Aussie market. I'd love to actually reach America as well, and there's plenty to be done, right?
Yeah, always. It's exciting. Like the fact that you've gone, because when we talked about it, you talked about it like this little small marketplace business, and now talking to you, like your eyes are just opened up. You're like talking about a global business. Like you're talking about multiple other countries that you're going to sell these beautiful items into. I'm super excited by that.
Now I remember, Sarah. I just said, Sarah, I'd like to make $1,000 a week.
Yes, that's what it was. It was
mindset.
Yeah. It was that I remember you saying that and I was like, I'm pretty sure we can do better than that. But okay, so based off that, what 3 things? So if someone's watching this going, oh, that's me, I just want to make $1,000 a week, or I want to do that, what 3 things would you say to them right now that they need to go and do, or will make a big difference to them right now?
I really think mindset is everything. And you need to actually get that positive mindset. I'm not being new age here, but it is scientific. You do need to actually change your mindset. I mean, I've like even with what's happening now, some people can actually really be depressed. But it's only your reaction. You're really responsible for your own response and reaction. Really, it's your mindset. Just having that shift of mindset. I really think is, do not delay. Time is what we've only got. I actually delayed approaching you. It took me 8 months, Sarah. Imagine if I actually went to you during that July lockdown, right? And you were actually doing this course amongst your clients on pivot and stuff like that. Imagine if I had actually did that. So the third, if you're actually listening now, watching now, get in touch with Sarah. She is the real deal. Yeah, you're the real deal, Sarah. Yes, Sarah, and you've done your business. How many? 12 years experience, really?
No longer, 15 years now, and here in New Zealand, and a few years in Thailand before that. So
yeah. So yes, did I give 3 points?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, look, and mutual admiration here. Like, I think that's the one thing. I'm super lucky in what I do. I get to work with people like Rina. The whole group's full of amazing women like you, right? That are all doing amazing things, and some couples. So some wives that have dragged said husbands along to come and get themselves sorted as well. Got a little bit of that goes on. But what I love is that once you got real clarity about what you wanted, and it wasn't, and I think this is really important. Money matters because it allows you to do the things you want to do. And the way that we get the money that we want is that we put our time, focus, and energy on the right things at the right time. And for you, it was about going, what are those 1 or 2 things that I need to do every week? And then once you built that out and you built a system for it, then you were like, right, okay, now what can I add on that will add another layer of income here? And you've just systematically gone about and done the work. So I'm super proud. I love doing these case studies because I hear about everything that you've got going on, and to have gone from a business that required you to go to a market, set up and sell things, to we're going to go traveling around the world and live the digital nomad lifestyle with a product business just is amazing. I love that. I'm super excited by it.
Yeah. It's exciting. I even thought maybe I should go to beach overseas, and then I'll pick, and it'll be a collection per beach. I don't know.
But absolutely. Anything's possible, right? You just got to figure out what you want, and then you can go and make it happen because you've got the right game. You're playing the right game inside your head in terms of the mindset. You've got the tools to go and do it, and you've got the team around you as well, which is really exciting.
And like you said, Sarah, clarity. That's the word I was trying to. Clarity. You've actually gave me a lot of clarity when I actually spoke to you first. I didn't even know what the plan was, but it's a simple clarity. Clarity. Clear, and clarity was the take home word.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rina. I really appreciate your time. You know how much I value time, so I really value yours as well. So thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions for Rina, I'm going to come back around once I've jumped off the call and I've said goodbye to this lovely lady. I'm going to come around and drop the link for her beautiful jewelry so you can go and check it out. Because if you've got birthday coming up or special occasion, or maybe you've hit a goal in your business, you should go and get yourself something lovely. So thanks so much, team, for watching, and we'll talk to you all real soon.